Hey guys, I'm Ted, and I'm here to give you another fast fact, and this fast fact is going to be on the impact of the battles on the outcome of the Civil War. The battles had major impacts on the Civil War, but it is always important to note that battles are only as important. They're only has valued. They only have value because of their political consequences, not their respective sizes. The battles and war are political devices. They're devices of politics, and as such, they always have political goals. Antietam and Atlanta, Antietam and Atlanta. Sorry. They stand out because they had direct impact on the politics of the United States. Antietam led to the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation, the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, which gave the British and the French enough of a reason to pause and not recognize the Confederate States. It preserved the neutrality of those nations, so that loomed large. The United States could not have won a war against 19th century Great Britain and 19th century France at the same time. Nobody could have. Those two were the most, as far as 1862, 1863 are concerned, they are the most powerful nations in the world. It would not have done well in terms of a land army, in terms of a navy. It would have been easy, and then again having to compete with the Confederate States, it would have been just too easy for them to walk over the Republic. Atlanta buoyed the spirits of voters in the United States. It buoyed them up and allowed them to go out and vote Republican. It allowed them to see that the Confederate war plan was succeeding, that the Confederate war plan was succeeding, and that they were going to they were going to achieve victory. They were going to achieve an unequivocal victory in the war. Atlanta also, on the political scene, broke the remaining Confederate states in two. At this point, the Confederate states are using Atlanta as a crucial junction. Goods from the interior of Mississippi, Alabama, and southwestern Georgia are passing through Atlanta, going on to northeastern Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Southern Virginia, and vice versa. Goods from those areas are traveling through. Atlanta with that crucial junction, and more importantly, Atlanta with that crucial industrial town. That was providing such a boom, such a major push, a really major push to the Confederate war effort. The taking of Atlanta cast its pall over the Confederate States, and it was compounded by the fact that it was all sunshine, rainbows, and kisses in the United States, and allowed Lincoln and the Republicans to really just nearly sweep the 1864 election. They walked out of the 1864 election with a 3-1 advantage in the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives. Vicksburg too. Vicksburg happened at the same time as Gettysburg, and at the time Vicksburg was the bigger battle. Vicksburg gave the Confederate States more heart grief, more heartache than Gettysburg. Vicksburg was a determined effort to fend off the United States Army. When Grant captured Vicksburg, it wasn't just the complete access of the Mississippi River that he got. The Confederate States were torn in two. They were cut in two. He captured 30,000 soldiers. There was no army west of the Appalachians that really could contend with him. Very quickly after Vicksburg, he went on to win at Chattanooga. From Chattanooga, he was promoted to lieutenant general and given command of all United States forces, and brought east to do battle with Robert E. Lee. From his Civil War success, from his successful battling with Lee, he would remain high in the opinions of Americans, of United citizens of the United States, and he would go on to be a 2-term president. So we have that going for us. Those are all political and social consequences from Vicksburg. But Gettysburg looms large, and it looms large for a number of reasons. Robert E. Lee is still highly romanticized. Because Lee fought there, because Lee lost there, it's a big deal. People want to look back to that. This is the moment where Robert E. Lee was actually defeated for the first time. This is where everything started to fall apart. Gettysburg was the largest battle. Gettysburg was the bloodiest battle. More participants and more people died at Gettysburg. Gettysburg also happened very close to the midpoint of the war. So people look to that. There's always an impulse to go to one event, and to point to that one event and say that, well, this happened at this time, so this is the reason why. We always want to go to that one event. We always want to identify and glorify a single event as a cause or a rationale. And mostly that does not factor out in history. It's very rare that one event is the sole reason, one event or one activity, that's only one sole cause for a cascade of events. It's very rare, and in Gettysburg it doesn't pan out that way. Gettysburg was an important battle, to be certain, because Lee certainly was defeated, but it wasn't the first time Lee was defeated, and his army was not destroyed. The only thing that could have made Gettysburg loom larger than all the other battles was if Lee had been killed and his army destroyed, or Meade had been killed and his army destroyed, or on his retreat, or after his retreat from Gettysburg, he captured Washington, D.C. Those are the only reasons, the only way that Gettysburg could loom larger than the other battles. Another reason that Gettysburg is often pointed to, they often look to Gettysburg, is because Gettysburg sort of forms this little quadriset within itself. You have the Battle of Gettysburg, this large, massive battle. You have the cemetery dedicated to the United States soldiers who died there. You also have the famous address, the Gettysburg Address, issued by Abraham Lincoln, the whole 20 years ago. That was issued after Gettysburg, and of course Lee was defeated at Gettysburg decisively. Antietam was a tactical defeat. Gettysburg was an unequivocal defeat. No one could argue that Gettysburg wasn't a defeat for Lee. Pickett's division was annihilated. The events of the second, the right and the left flanking moves were repulsed. No one can deny that Gettysburg was a loss for him. Those four things sort of joined together to enhance the stature of Gettysburg. And that is our very, very quick and brief fast fact on the impact of battles. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it entertaining, enlightful, and thought-provoking. Hit like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you guys think about it. As always, I'm Ted, and I'll see you guys next time for another fast fact.